Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Lions Den podcast here on a Monday Night Football, week ahead of Doble Jornada. So we'll talk about everything Club Leon related. We'll definitely talk about what happened in this last weekend's match. Lots and lots to talk about, a lot of emotions during that game. And then we'll definitely talk about the upcoming two games and kind of what the rest of the season looks like in terms of their schedule, as Leon needs to have just kind of a perfect streak in a way to end on a good note, and if there's still chances for play in. But yeah, guys, if you guys are watching us wherever that is, please let us know in the comments. Feel free to chime in, and we'll definitely share your comments on the screen. Gentlemen, Carlos, Louie, and Javi, how are we feeling? Monday Night Football, victory, and ahead of the jornada.
Yeah, nice iconic finish there. Nice iconic finish there up on the border to temporarily put our off season on hold, shall we say. You know, a lot of people are ever since Toto came in, a lot of people are talking about this season as though we're sort of like a pretemporada for next season. And whatever happens the rest of this season is just kind of, we're not putting too much stock in it. But I mean, I've gone on record a million times saying all you need is 3 or 4 good matches in a row at any point in Liga MX season, and you're still in it. And they started off this stretch, which we've all been calling this, the easy part of the calendar, if you will. There are no easy matches in this league, but the more winnable part of the calendar, they started it off with a win, which is what they had to do. It was kind of a roundabout way to get there. Took some last minute heroics, obviously, but they got the job done. They got the first win out of this quote unquote easy stretch. That's one out of these next. I mean, these 3 in a row that we have against more beatable opponents, and 2 of them at home. They got the hard part out of the way. They got the first one out of the way. Now win these next 2 matches at home against very beatable competition, and we're talking about a completely different situation and completely different aspirations. So yeah, I mean, I'm super pleased. Obviously, I made the long trip up to Juarez for the match, so it's much nicer to come back down to El Bajío with a win. And so I'm pretty pleased with the way the team is looking right now.
We saw you dancing.
Yeah. There was, lots to like about the way things are going. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, for a second I thought we were gonna. First I thought we had a good start. Going up 1-0. I thought we were playing well, even though Juarez was playing. They were actually tactically. I think they were tactically organized. I think their coach studied us, and their coach realized that our best strength in the last few games was our counterattack. And that's why we didn't see any counterattacks in that game. But we went up early. That was good. And then we gave up 2 goals, and that was not good. And I'm pretty sure you guys felt that we weren't going to get out of here with a win. But miraculously, luckily, sometimes you need luck on your side. Very last minute, Mauricio Isais puts one in the back of the net, and it was a good Saturday. It was a good Saturday. Yeah. Good feeling to win. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really awesome to see Louis dance after, I think, 7 months. For those that don't know, Louis baila cada vez que León gana, and it's, I would say it's been a while since I've seen León win fuera del Estadio de León, but I'm happy that they came back with 3 puntos gloriosos. I think, honestly, it was one of the best ways you could ever win the último minuto, and I think anímicamente is the best way to come back to León and face this very important game against Atlas, because I think that's the team that you are actually fighting for in the top 10. I think if you're going to eliminate, that's the only one I see possible, like sacándolos, and then maybe if León has an opportunity still, which I do believe in. Like Louis, I've also been a person that said, if they do un cambio, the way a lot of us didn't believe was going to happen with Baba, but when they did actually do the cambio, I did think, like, okay, I still think we have an opportunity, nomás porque el simple hecho de que es la Liga Mexicana. And after, I don't know when they started doing the playing, I think it was just like a year ago, right? But after that, especially, and it used to be more, right? It was like 12 teams. I don't know. it's never like impossible para que uno clasifique a liguilla, but definitely if they would have never won this game against Juarez, you could have just, already kissed your torneo goodbye. I think that was one of the things that we all knew coming into this game against Juarez. It was a must win, and they got it, man. And in glorious fashion, happy.
I was sitting there like at the end, I'm just like holding, La Esperanza, and I'm just like staring. I was like, come on, like, si se puede. And when they did, I like screamed. I was like, yes, like it just felt really just like, I don't know, it just felt like a different vibe. And I know the last couple games we have, I think there's probably 2 games that I'm like a bit iffy about, which is Toluca and Monterrey, but a ver qué pasa. We have a good team. At the end of the day, I'm looking forward to next season as well, just because I know we've changed it. It just would have been like if we would have changed this a bit earlier in the season, we would have been dealing with a bit different kind of ending. But yeah, so I mean, sigan X, todo puede pasar, but like I've said many times, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we didn't, because I feel like we have a really good squad, really good players that are mentally like there. I mean, Diego Hernandez in the conference has said like he would love to stay in León, which I think that says a lot about Berrizo as well, his work ethic and lo que le exige a los jugadores, and that he feels good. So I think we've had a really, really good addition of quality refuerzos for sure.
Yeah, I'm still making the effort to beat all the matches. I would never be anywhere else, and I'm still going there, with every ounce of strength putting into, wanting a León win and everything. But the reality is, it's the way the season had gone.
Yeah.
In a lot of matches, I've been resigned kind of to our fate, no matter what that fate might be. Lately, time was I would always have hope, no matter what was going on in a match. We'd always have a chance to come back and win it if we were down, or hold a lead if we took one. And lately, it's just, it hasn't really been that way. I'm kind of I've been a little bit, admittedly, I've been a little bit more of a pessimist watching our matches this season. So it was nice to be rewarded for having a little bit of faith. You can see the DNA in this team is a little bit different. It's under Berrizo. I just would not have trusted a Bava squad, at least not without Viñas, to be able to go in and win a match like they did in this one. If Bava were on the sideline in this game, we do not win this game. We do not have we don't fight to the finish in a way that gives us a chance to win. And I think it's just it's a great result. With we got that early lead, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be we're a better team on paper, much better team on paper than Juarez. So maybe we're going to get an early lead, and we're just going to coast, and this is going to be an easy match for once. And obviously, it was not that. And once we went down 2-1, I was like, here we go again. Nothing new. I'm used to it at this point. This is just the way it's going to be. Again, resigned to our fate. And I was like, okay, if this ends as a 2-1 loss, I think the season's probably over. And so for them to turn it around like that, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me. And I just want to make one quick comment. I'm really, really encouraged that all 3 goals by León were scored by refuerzos who arrived this season, and 2 of them who weren't even here at the beginning of the season. They arrived a few matches in. So I think that's very, very promising, because there's been a lot of complaints these last few seasons. The quality of refuerzos has not been what it was under Ambriz, and the last big cycle of refuerzos that we had last 5 years or so. That the refuerzos coming in are not up to that quality, and I think at least Diego Hernandez and Speed Mendoza, and even Isais making his debut, a guy who Bava refused to debut. Obviously not debut in the league. He has played before in the league, but debut this time around with the club. And Berrizo puts him in and makes himself look like a genius by having him score the winner. So yeah, I think that's very, very encouraging. If not for the rest of the season, definitely for next season.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Javi, you wanted to add something?
No, I just I agree with Luis is saying, especially about the team right now, that the DNA is different. I definitely I've been watching a lot of podcasts and just anything that's has to do with León lately. I saw Berizzo's interview with Tito Echeverria on Tribuneros, and it was interesting to see him talk and just to see the man and to see, to your point also, Kari, about Diego Hernandez, who I think is phenomenal. I do think him saying stuff like "I want to stay here" is the kind of things that I feel that players in the past, refuerzos en el pasado, never understood about what we want for refuerzos in our club. Queremos jugadores que se enamoren con el equipo, que sientan los colores. Carlos talked about Adonis having the tattoo, right? It's Adonis, right, with the Leon tattoo?
Yeah, and he has the Champions Cup league on his leg.
Yeah, man. I mean, Berizzo was talking about with Tito Echeverri about todo el historial enorme de argentinos que han llegado a León y que se han enamorado de una leonesa and they just stay in León and they never leave. And he was talking about like, oh, maybe I might be one, right? But maybe I'm not talking about like getting married and falling in love, but just being otro de los argentinos que vienen y se quedan porque se enamoran del equipo de la ciudad. And him just talking about what he already knows, and I already knew this just because he's from de la Escuela de Bielsa. I was already kind of excited to see him work. I didn't think we were going to see this change this drastically. And again, regardless of the tie against Tigres, which we know in a way, también our faith was being destined to not qualify to play. And I think also half and half with malos, no sé, decisiones arbitrales or del VAR. And I think it's just like a combination of everything was not going our way. And this game against Juarez was like nerve wracking because it seemed like it's going to be the same thing as always. Pero ganaron, salieron con los 3 puntos. And I think anímicamente this game against Atlas is going to be very important because Atlas is inside playing right now. And the one that I think, if Leon wants to qualify, and I think they might, if they win these next games y hacen un buen papel contra Toluca o Monterrey, I think the only team that I see like leaving as a top 10 is Atlas, and I think Leon might qualify 10 or 9, but obviamente that's irrelevant, right? In the terms of like what we really want is, y lo dijo Berizzo, que claro, he wants to do his best para clasificar al play-in, take game by game, but the mission and the eyes are on el Mundial de Clubes, and he's working right now para que tenga un equipo ya competitivo, which was stressing me so much when Bava was técnico, because he was técnico and they didn't even have a plan B or C for a while. And it just seemed like, damn, we're less than a year, way less than a year away. And it was scary because I was thinking there's no way they're going to bring somebody to quickly change kind of, I mean, again, we might not have los resultados yet or los puntos, but we can all agree que el equipo está cambiando mucho y que le está dando oportunidades a jugadores that we were in the past saying like, I was saying first Sebastián Santos and of course los minutos de jóvenes is probably why he's also playing, pero yo también pienso que también pienso, that's not over here, I live in La Jolla. También pienso que es increíble los minutos que le está dando a Sebastián y lo está poniendo donde él piensa, where he thinks he's probably going to do an interesting job. And I saw him this game against Juarez. He did a phenomenal job, and that's exactly what I expect with Berizzo. I expect him to also find refuerzos en nuestra cantera y con los jugadores que ya están aquí, and to recuperar esos jugadores and to motivate them more, bring out the best out of them. I don't know how Adonis is going to come back, but I think the fact that we saw Guardado with how he was playing and thinking with Bava, and how he's thinking and playing with Berizzo is nomás te hace soñar lo que a lo mejor they could do next season, who could probably come in. That is obviously a lot of us what we want, un equipo competitivo para el Mundial de Clubes, but I still think like Louis que se va a meter al play-in, I think it's very possible to beat Atlas, to beat Querétaro, hacerle un buen partido al Toluca y al Monterrey and Mazatlán. I think that would be enough. But if not, it's like Kari said, it's not the end of the world.
I don't know if you guys watched Monterrey this weekend, but man, they look.
Pues también le salió bien el juvenil que de Michelis. What's his name? El canterano más bien. Alfimbre, what's his name? Yeah, like Fimbres, like whatever his name is. The thing is that it's good to see. Like you never know who's gonna come up, and I think that's exactly what I like about Berizzo because I feel like we're seeing it with Tadeo and we're seeing it with Sebastián Santos. Mucha gente está diciendo que ya no extrañan a Fidel. Fidel tuvo le marcaron un penal, creo a él fue el que le marcaron. Entonces, yeah, man, like, I'm going to say it 100 times. Hay que seguir invirtiendo y buscando y mirando a nuestros canteranos. I think our juveniles, especially the ones that are from León, are going to always give you their all. They want to show themselves. And I think these two players are one.
Something interesting I wanted to bring up right after our victory on Saturday. Louis asked a very specific question that I think we should ask our viewers. Let's not give him the answer, but let's just put the question out there. When's the last time? No. When's the last time Leon came back from a 2-1 deficit, or just from a deficit in general, and won the game?
I think I said on the road.
On the road.
Yeah.
Man, let's see if anybody knows. Let's see if anybody knows the answer to that. But like none of us knew.
I don't know the answer, but you know what's crazy? That not that long ago I saw an article. León is like the second team, I think, in the last combining 5 or I don't know how many years, con más partidos of coming back from losing, dando la vuelta al resultado. Yeah, but I don't know. I gotta see now. Where did I read that? It was probably that guy that does all the data charts and all that stuff. But he put that, and that was interesting because then this game against Juarez, add another one to the list. But in terms of the visitante, I don't remember. Wait, what is it, Carlos? You did. I think. Okay.
I can't tell you.
I do know,
but we'll give our viewers a chance to reply.
Let's see if anybody out there knows.
So for more prediction,
is it the one when they're playing with Luis Ferry?
No.
You said what?
No, nothing. Oh, your prediction? You were the closest?
I was the closest. I said
in my
3-1
defense, I was going to say 3-2, but you guys didn't let me change.
No, I let you go first, and you said 4-0 Leon.
Yeah, and then I wanted to change, but you guys didn't let me because I found divine inspiration, and you guys said no. Fine, I'll take it. I take it. You were the closest.
That's why I let you go first, so you could inspire us with your prediction.
I need to go last.
It was a 3-2 game. It was a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that in los goles, like, que nos metieron, that Poncho Blanco had anything to do with that? Like, was it his fault? And then I see a lot of people. Yeah, like the second one, I see a lot of people on Twitter saying, like, man, I wish we had a goalie who had hands. It's like, well,
they keep saying, well, sometimes people need to double down.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like people quickly forgot how he saved us against America and Tigres.
Yeah,
like quickly.
He had some big saves in this one too.
He did.
I mean, let me tell you, I was surprised.
Yeah,
there's some talent, and there's some talent in that Juarez attack. I mean, I know they have not done well on the season at all, but I wouldn't mind having Estupiñán on León. I mean, he's got kind of a dumb name, but Estupiñán.
Yeah,
that sucks to have that name. No offense.
I'm sure he got plenty of bullying in elementary school.
Yeah,
but I mean I would say that was just like.
No, Louis, you froze.
Okay, I thought that was me. I was like, oh man. Yes, you know, there was a player back in the 70s, I think. It was the same last name, que jugó con el Toluca, que tuvo que ver con esa final en el 75, where León and Unión de Curtidores qualified to un cuadrangular against Cruz Azul and Toluca. And can you imagine that year for León, 1975, to have two of your teams en un cuadrangular? Y el que les metió el gol, creo que remató fue de Estupiñán. That was his name. But yeah, I think that's his name. I think that's his name, but I'm not really sure. Anyway,
also,
yeah.
So that was just a golazo. I don't think Poncho could have done anything with that. And the second one, I couldn't tell on first glance, and obviously they don't have replay at that second division stadium. But they at first I thought it was an Olímpico, that second goal, and then I realized no, it was a deflection. It was a deflection. It looked like an Olímpico at first, and I was like, "Oh, Poncho, you can't allow an Olympico.
Yeah.
But no, it did take a deflection off of a Juarez header, so I couldn't blame him too much for that. No, that was just kind of a freaky goal. I mean, that comes down to our marking on set pieces. Our marking in general. I think both goals were more on the defense than they were on Poncho. But yeah, and then I realized too, I didn't realize it also until after the fact that our rumored Panamanian refuerzo who never worked out, what's his name? Puma Rodriguez, was that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
That now he signed for Juarez. Like, how did Juarez beat us out for a
What the hell?
They have money. I find unacceptable. They have money though. I don't know what businesses, what shady businesses, if any. I mean, I think
their jersey's clean. Their jersey has like no sponsors, so like
looks nice.
They have money.
Suspicious.
They have money, but I think it's a struggle to convince high-profile players to sign there.
Yeah,
which is understandable. It's not like I will say it's not my least favorite. It's far from my least favorite Liga MX destination. I actually have a good time every time I go up there. But I can understand why it would be hard to get. It would be a harder sell to get high-profile refuerzos there than in other places.
Very, very suspicious. Everything is
very suspicious.
Oh, I just planted a seed on Javi.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely kind of investigate this now.
You gotta investigate.
One day, Liga MX was a liga without Juarez, and now they're here forever. Like, and Morelia's gone. Like, everything is very suspicious.
You gotta come out with el iceberg de Juarez.
Nah, I mean Juarez is like, come on, man. Like, I wouldn't even want to like spend time on that.
Yeah.
So looking at what happened on the weekend, so Toluca beat Querétaro 1-0, Atlas and Mazatlan 0-0, Xolos Necaxa, Xolos winning 2-1, Cruz Azul beating Puebla 2-1, Chivas beating Pachuca 2-0, América beating Santos 3-0, obviously our win 3-2 against Juarez, El Clásico 4-2, Monterrey took that, and then Pumas beat San Luis 3-0. So
pretty good resultados for León.
Pretty good. I mean, we needed it. We definitely needed it. Tomorrow's matches: Santos versus Pachuca, Chivas versus Necaxa, Mazatlan Tigres, Toluca Puebla. And then Wednesday, Cruz Azul Juarez, Monterrey Pumas, our game against Atlas, and Xolos América. So,
pretty interesting game.
Yeah, we need Xolos to do us a little solid there.
They're at home, so that could be a good game because America has a lot of injuries. So obviously it didn't stop from, for Santos, but Santos is a terrible team right now. So they might actually have a chance.
I can't deal with Xolos being decent. There's just something wrong about that.
It's good for them. I'm glad. I'm happy for Osorio.
I know,
Osorio,
I don't know. It's just something it feels like something's wrong with the world if Xolos are good.
Yeah, it's scary, and I don't want to. Yeah, and as a León fan, like I want to let them know, like, okay, you're que estén suficientemente buenos so we can face you guys, eliminate you guys in Tijuana, y que siempre les recuerden bien quién es su padre. But that being said, like I just don't like Xolos and Tijuana, and like Atlas is another team. That's my top 5. You guys should probably know my top 5 of the teams that I think you should always go out there and win, and just for bragging rights, I think it's I think 5 for me. Maybe in the past it weren't, but I think Tijuana has always been there. Tigres ya está ahí for a while, and then of course Chivas and América for many people. But I think those are the top 5. I don't know if you could add Pumas or Cruz Azul. I think everybody, because they're popular, they're always gonna llenar tu estadio. But I think these last couple, and it's kind of interesting to have a rivalry with a team from La Capital, from Jalisco, Los Regios, and then obviously over here, I think it's Tijuana since like Segunda División. I think at least for them, they don't like us. I don't know what en qué lugar estarían ellos, pero son los 5 equipos que a mí nunca jamás me gustaría que les vaya bien y que nos ganen bajo ninguna circunstancia. Yeah. Tijuana.
Yeah, Tijuana always gives me like these weird vibes. Like I've been to like 2 or 3 games there, and it's always like,
Yeah.
I don't never want to wear my jersey there. And I don't know if you guys saw like those videos that came out from the last time we played there.
Yeah.
Like our fans, they were getting all beat up. Like it was brutal.
Well,
and I was like,
that's been since forever. That's been since forever. That's been since Segunda División. But that being said, I'm not taking it like not talking about the violent part of the rivalry, but just in general, desde Segunda División, los partidos que se estaban dando yo creo que es bueno para León now that Irapuato doesn't, que es un Irapuato, where the hell are they? I don't know. León needs to have a clásico or needs to have things, not clásico, but they need to have partidos que, la gente is excited to every, how in every clásico in the world, that's the game of the year. Well, León doesn't have clásicos, but they do have teams in which hay una rivalidad intensa, especialmente when you play them in León. Louis, that goes to Estadio de León, can tell you probably that, los equipos de Jalisco, because there's a lot of people from Jalisco and León living, that's going to be one rivalry. Of course, los grandes, pero other than that, also when León goes to like Querétaro or San Luis or those parts, like, they're not liked either. But I think it's because regionally León is by far the most successful team, and that could really, get on people's nerves.
Yeah.
Carlos, you saw an answer to the question?
Hey, shout out to Arturo Ruiz checking in today. After looking through, I think the last game we came back from a deficit was on the road against Juarez. That game where Armando León scored. I think I might be wrong. I think this is one of the call-outs that we had in the chat, Louis, but it's still wrong, isn't it?
It technically it is wrong, but I'll give you a little hint, Arturo. But under certain criteria, I would consider you more right than the actual correct answer, because this was the last time that it happened with fans in attendance. Ooh. The game you are referring to was the last time it happened with fans in attendance. So I guess that's a pretty big hint. So you'll have to look back at the games that were played without fans in attendance and figure it out. Yeah.
It just sucks that, and Carlos also talked about it. I think, was it in El Grupo? I don't know where you talked about it, man. But it was about you're like hot take, and you're like, no COVID. I think León would have gone back to back, man. You're right.
Honestly, yeah, we were.
I think
we were right under Cruz Azul that season. We were. I think we had like 20 points, and they had 21.
It just sucks. Yeah, it just sucks because like fue un gran equipo, fueron campeones, but even though la gente afuera estaba celebrando, I think I dare say que la Coca Champions se celebró más. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel como más jubilation,
I think
is that a word? Jubilación.
No, jubilación is retirement.
I'm like, what am I talking about? No, yeah.
Alegría.
Alegría. But what's the word that I'm trying to say? I feel like I've heard it before, like in English. Like, there was more, happiness, excitement. Yeah, there was more cheering, and the masses were more, for me, top one is El Ascenso. I'm gonna, debate that with people, but for other people, it could be other things that was, more connected to every single one of us. But I think El Ascenso was just crazy. Ascenso was like,
there a lot of jubilación in El Ascenso.
Yeah, había muchas jubilaciones. Demasiadas.
If you want to use
right?
that word, it could be júbilo.
Yeah.
Or
Eso.
regocijo, rejoicing.
Ándale.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Found it?
There you go, Arturo.
There you
figured it out.
Shout out Arturo.
Hey, man, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Like, we didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Except
I
definitely
remembered. I remember that remontada right away. I just didn't remember.
I didn't want to tell you guys.
Recent one. I don't remember if that was the most recent one, but it was.
Was that on a rainy day?
I don't remember.
Always on the rainy days.
Obviously wasn't there. It was behind closed doors. It was. Gigliotti had a late race. Gigliotti had a late race to give us the win.
Louis, that's the same season when we went to Puebla, right? And
we went to Puebla under the impression they were going to let us go to the game. Yeah.
These jabronis last second, we're like, oh yeah, siempre no se va a jugar a puerta abierta. And we were already at the hotel. I'm like, man, if this isn't bad luck. But the cool thing that I got to see my friend, shout out to him, who now goes for America, I think, allegedly. He works for America. He got a job at Televisa. So because he's always in El Estadio Azteca with Televisa America stuff. I'm like, dude, I would be so disappointed if my father ever saw me with even for a job. I would not. I'm Leon till I die.
Even
But
if
he
they
was like, it's
paid
for
you
a
like
job,
a
man.
good amount of money,
Yeah.
you wouldn't take a job.
I'd rather die. No, heck
What?
no. One time I was dying. Tenía como I needed a cobija. We were camping and I was dying. I was like, and they giving America my hand. I'd rather die of congelamiento. You're not gonna ever put nothing de mí de la America. And Louis, I'm disappointed que tú volaste. And I would have not. I would have actually
what
taken
did I
down my
do?
pants.
In the plane
That's
that you
what-
sent, that you say you were questioning even getting on the plane this
Oh
weekend.
yeah.
bro.
That was
No, like you had to.
What did you expect Louis to do?
Okay. Well, okay. What if it was a Chivas? What if it was Chivas, Louis?
Yeah, unfortunately I had to
You gotta
get
get
back to
home.
Guanajuato. No
Me,
matter
man.
what the decal, no matter
I'd
what the
walk it
decal
to
or what the delay
Guanajuato.
was. And from Juarez to Bajío, there's only one flight per day, so it's not like I could wait 30 minutes for the next flight. You know?
I'll wait. I'll be like, hey, tapa eso right now, tapalo, píntalo. I would do it myself. I'll pinto. Vámonos.
Okay, so I want to clarify this answer. Was it Guardianes 2020?
Yes.
Or was it when Querétaro had their Estadio Vetado for the Atlas incident?
No. It was that was just last year.
Oh,
Yeah, that was just last year.
okay.
So yeah, we
Guardianes.
did play 2 matches there behind closed doors, but no, this was the Guardianes 2020 for sure. Because I was not in attendance for that. I was not in attendance for that match.
Then? What was that
Huh?
score? What was that score then?
Which one? The last year?
No,
The Querétaro.
yeah,
it was
Guardianes.
3-2.
Ah, okay, same scoreboard.
We went up early. Mena put us up early. Then Querétaro got a PK and another goal. We went down 2-1, and then Gigliotti had the 78th and 85th minute, something like that, brace.
I miss Gigliotti, man. Sometimes I go back and I watch his old videos of Leon about like that era too, and I was just surprised. I'm saying I was surprised.
He scored in 2 finals that we won.
Leagues Cup, I was surprised how many times he showed up, and still people were trying to boo him and trying to find an excuse to not like him. But that's again, it's regardless. I think that was a team that, man, should have had the all the people in the stands, and then should have celebrated that way. It's y se pones a pensar, va a ser la única vez en la historia el León. Pero the next tournament, Cruz Azul was campeones, but at least they got to go to the stadium.
Yeah,
even with their mask,
for sure.
Pero igual, le ganamos la octava, y Pumas wish they would have won that. They still wish they would have won that. No, they really wish they would have won it. Now they're crying a lot. They're like, oh man, it's about to be 20 years almost que no hemos sido campeones. No, since 2011 or something.
It's been a while.
It's still been a while. Damn, León was en segunda división cuando fueron campeones.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? Looking ahead of Wednesday. I haven't seen any other news.
Adonis. Oh, did we talk about it last part?
Well, he's back in the convocatoria. He's training again. Maybe we'll see him start either Wednesday or Saturday. I think the advantage that Leon has for these next 2 games that they're at home. So I think it's very, very valuable for them to hopefully get 2 wins at home. That would mean so much and probably would boost them. And
if they do, they'll be sitting on 18 points with still 3 matches to play. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Yes, because then we face
we still have Toluca,
Mazatlán, Monterrey
after that.
And Monterrey, yeah.
And I think Atlas has
Rayados. We have Rayados too.
Monterrey.
Yeah, Toluca, Mazatlán, Monterrey. So after these next 2 games, we're away at Toluca, and then we're home to Mazatlán, and then we end away at Monterrey.
Atlas has, I think, 8 18, and their next game is against León. If they lose and León wins, that's 15. Si León le gana al Querétaro, and I don't know who Atlas faces, but we need Atlas to lose, and that's going to be key. So this game against Atlas is important. But yeah, les quedan partidos importantes, muy importantes después.
Atlas has a tough schedule. They play Tijuana, they play Monterrey, Cruz Azul, Necaxa.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, but
y Necaxa también se quiere meter, entonces.
San Luis is hanging in there somehow.
San Luis is hanging in there,
and they have an easier schedule.
And
they have an easier schedule.
Yeah, they do. They go against Juarez.
Yeah.
Do they not? They don't play midweek.
Who?
No, JK. I'm looking at it wrong.
Oh,
no. It says Juarez San Luis, Sunday, October 27th. That's the next game.
Yeah.
So San Luis doesn't play midweek.
I think some teams have more games played.
I think their match got pushed up because that's match day 14 for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot
they played 13 like a long time ago.
For instance, Monterrey needs like, I think right now they have 4 games left.
Were they the ones?
And
I think they played
like some teams have more games played already.
Because they were eliminated from the Leagues Cup, maybe.
Yeah, they played August 18th. So probably they're the ones that also played. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Also,
that would be interesting.
Guardado news. He's staying with the club till.
Oh, the Guardado news. Ends. That was pretty. Who got that nota? Was that Tribuneros too? Someone got that nota, or someone interviewed him.
To the chat, but I can't remember who.
Oh,
yeah, it was a lot of them. But I forgot where I saw it from, and I was just kind of happy that they asked the right thing, and he was answering muy directo porque, we were kind of speculating like weeks ago, like he's probably going to be done. I was saying like I hope he's taking it game by game y hacia el final del torneo que él decida, but I'm glad that he just understands that he needs to retire a lo grande. Y yo creo que Mundial de Clubes y la cosa that we're saying, like, okay, si no tiene él, if he doesn't have it still, if he's losing his, su calidad, then he should, step aside. But I think he's the first one that would do that, just because he can look himself in the mirror and say, you know what, no le estoy sumando al equipo, but he's been looking very, very good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. So I'm happy. Ivan.
I think having a Club World Cup to like, right, as like a farewell, because I don't think he's ever been to one. It would be like a good finish to his career, even if we don't win it. Obviously, we're gonna be playing Real Madrid and Chelsea and all these big teams, so we probably don't have a good chance.
A ver, ¿qué grupo nos toca?
Yeah, just being there and being able to play in it at the end of his career is going to be a good farewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do hope they pick up a couple of big refuerzos in this one last offseason before it happens, though.
I hope so too.
But what position?
Yeah. That's going to be crazy. That Leon's going to have another opportunity to bring refuerzos. Well, for right now, we need a central, I think, de calidad. De mucha calidad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we obviously need a number 10 because we can't have Cabral.
Right, we can't have Cabral.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, Cabral can't go into the U.S. So.
Ay, Cabral.
I don't know. I'm thinking like a false 9 to hacer dupla with Yonder. I'm thinking like, people are like, just imagine if Viñas were still here and the two of them played together. Someone like that to pair with him.
Wait,
make that a two-pronged attack up front. Next summer.
Well, Viñas is ours next summer again. He's only on loan for 6 months, right?
June.
Yeah, but I don't think the plan is to bring him back. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't think so either.
It would be a good addition, but
imagine he comes back just to play Club World Cup. Why not?
No.
I could see it happening.
Yeah, it's next summer. I think it's around the Gold Cup, no? Because I think the Gold Cup will be played in like, I don't know if it's the eastern or the western side, and then vice versa, the Club World Cup on the other side. Something like that, I heard.
There's so much going on.
Too much soccer.
Yeah.
Too much. I think that's it, guys.
Yeah. I think we went over everything.
Went over everything. I guess we should do predictions.
Sure.
Yep.
Awesome.
Let's jump into it.
And let's go to prediction time. Javi, be ready because it's gonna go to you first.
Let's do it. Go.
Prediction time.
No, we're Javi.
Okay, fine.
Javi, you with us?
Uh-oh.
Javi.
He's playing. He's really there.
Hold on, I'm
wait.
gonna come back. Hold on. I'm gonna log out and come back.
Whatever.
I'm gonna log out and come back.
He's like, I don't want to go first.
All right, Louis.
All right. Well, first and foremost, and unfortunately, I will not be able to attend this match.
What?
I'm going to go on record. Everybody knows my disdain for Guanajuato's Cervantino Festival, which I'm always required to have some participation in as a member of the cultural community here in Guanajuato. But of course, for the first time I can remember in the history of ever playing in my orchestra, we're having a concert on a Wednesday night in Cervantino, and of course that conflicts with a Doble Jornada at home for Leon, because that's just the way the world works. So I'm going to express for all of the Leon community who don't understand my disdain for Cervantino, I cannot stand that festival. I wish it would go away, and because of it, I will not be able to attend the match Wednesday night. I'm going to have to try to watch it, however, bits and pieces of it, however I can. But this is huge. This is a direct rival. I hadn't looked at the table in a while. I didn't realize that, Atlas is, as you mentioned before in the pod, Avi, that's basically who we're fighting against for these play-in spots. That's one of the big time teams we're going to have to jump over if we're going to get there. And this is a home game against a direct rival. It has to be a win, and it has to be a good performance. I think they're going to build on the momentum that only a win of the variety that we got against Juarez can provide. And I think they're going to build on that and get another one. I think it's going to be a 2-0. 2-0 Leon over Atlas. I think Jonder hasn't scored in a couple matches, and he's still up there near the top of the goleo table. So I think it's time for him to get one. And then let's see, maybe Cabral gets one. Maybe he opens his account. I think it's about time for him to score.
2-0.
Yeah.
Javi, you're next. Go.
And
So you're getting called out
well, look,
by
my
Arturo Ruiz.
internet's kind of
late.
my internet is like really choppy. I had to kind of make it act better. I had to come back out and then come back in. Be real quick about it. Very cool about it. 4-1 gana la fiera. Y
Wow.
doblete de Yonder. Doblete de Yonder. Sí, también estoy con Louis. Va a meter gol Luciano Cabral. Ya es hora que nuestro 10 aparezca un golazo, una genialidad. And I think it's also time for Sebastián Santos, wherever he puts him, si es lateral, que haga algo más. And I think si un gol will put him in like, en la órbita de muchas personas. He should already be, but I think he's also a player that we should, or if not him, pero 4-1 León.
Wow, man.
Another high-scoring prediction by Javi. So Arturo Ruiz also with Louis saying 2-0. He says goles de Guardado and Diego Hernandez.
I was tempted to say Guardado. He almost had a screamer there against the.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Le pegó muy bien.
He's been.
You think he's gonna play?
He's been shooting well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play.
Like the full 90? The full 90?
Oh, who knows about the full 90? But
Probably
he's definitely gonna
not.
start.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna start or de cambio? Oh, okay, that was my question. Porque
No, I think he'll
doble
start. He'll come
jornada.
out. I mean, a lot is going to
Querétaro.
depend on the substitution schemes. A lot's going to depend on how the game is going, I'd say. Also.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. 2-0, Javi 4-1. Carlos, are you gonna get somewhere in the middle or?
I'll go 2-1. I think Atlas, there's a reason they're mid-table right now. They have a pretty dangerous attack. One of their guys is known to be a killer against us, John Murillo. I mean, when he was at
not when he's played for Atlas though.
But at San Luis, like, man, that guy was killing us.
Sure, yeah, but when we played Atlas last season at Jalisco, when we played Atlas last season at the Jalisco, that 1-0 win, that late PK by Viñas, I remember we completely neutralized him. Like, they had him well scouted, and we had him completely neutralized.
Osby Rodriguez neutralized him, and we don't have him anymore.
Yeah.
So
he's on the bench for Tigres.
Yeah.
No, but in Chava Rodriguez we trust.
Yes, man. And plus, Atlas Murillo isn't as good as San Luis Murillo. Yeah, Atlas Murillo isn't as good as San Luis Murillo. So I agree with Louis. We neutralized him, and he's done. He won't be a factor.
I mean, I think he's still a dangerous player. And I think he might sneak one in there. You know, they also have Aldo Rocha, who's one of the best holdings.
I can't believe he's still there.
I mean, pretty sure
he's made that club his home.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. How long is
Maximo Ídolo.
Ever since he played.
When?
Didn't he play Morelia, right?
Cuando se fue desde Morelia, se fue de Morelia. Something like 2020.
No,
2019.
2021.
Oh no.
Yeah,
he went to Morelia to another team.
He went to Morelia. He was still with the team when Morelia moved to Mazatlan.
Yeah.
2021. So he was at León until 2017.
Dude, Atlas, they don't have a bad team. I mean, they have Camilo Vargas on between the posts. I mean, that's a good goalie.
Look, Carlos, I don't like how you're like so pro Atlas right now. You got a black shirt. Probably got a red. I don't like how you're.
Man, you just you gotta study your opponent. You gotta study your opponent.
Okay.
I think they'll sneak one in, but I think we'll get two. I think let's give one to Guardado and another one to Diego Hernandez. He's on fire. Okay. He's going to continue his streak. Yeah.
Diego, nuestro Diego. Hey, remember Carlos, the whole bet is still on. The if León qualifies as the play-in, you got to rock it, man.
I said Liguilla, bro. I said Liguilla.
No, playing. Just top 10. You're gonna rock it.
I'll rock it.
There is footage, so you guys can replay and see if y'all said Liguilla are playing.
What did we say, man? Just be playing, man. Just be playing. You don't want to rock it. That's why you don't want to rock it.
I'll rock it for playing.
Does Louis hasn't bought it, right?
Louis, you're not gonna buy it, are you? The black 80th anniversary.
No, I'm not planning on it unless I find it one day super marked down. But honestly, I haven't seen anybody wearing one in the games that I've been to.
I never see like fans with it.
See, Carlos,
I haven't seen a single person wearing it.
Yeah.
Carlos, you up to this? Probably by the time of December, there won't be any. They'll just stop selling it altogether. We'll see what happens, but it really could have been better. That jersey's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Gotti, what's your prediction?
I'm going again with 3-1. I think Atlas will get one through. Hopefully Cadiz scores, so you can get him up on the tabla de goleo. Diego Hernandez and Speedy Mendoza, who look, he's one of my favorites. So
he's been great.
Qué golazo metió. Qué golazo. I didn't even congratulate him, but qué golazo, because to make a goal quickly after being, 2-1 could be devastated. It was devastating, actually. You saw the reaction of the players. I was watching the game. I'm like, but then to get one real quick back, de un golazo como se tiene que pegarle al balón, don't think it too much. Yeah, it was a very important, man. A very important goal. Very important goal that, if without that one, Isaias could not do what he did at the end.
Who's been the MVP so far this season?
That's a hard question.
It's a tough
question. I think every game aparecen unos que otros.
Yeah.
Just say one guy.
Pero constante, alguien constante.
I feel like if I had to say, because I agree with Javi, I think Cadiz, just because he kind of set the precedent for that we needed goals, and obviously we knew that we were missing the Factor Viñas. So I think he filled a great hole, and obviously the other refuerzos came in and just added more.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be a little controversial, but I'm gonna say Poncho Blanco.
Carlos. Look, I do say he has improved, and I think maybe it has to do with coaching.
Most improved player for sure.
He has
He's
improved.
like top 3 atajador in the whole league.
That's true. I'm seeing those datos too. But también nuestra defensa no ha sido buena, and that's another thing that we should kind of.
That's why none of our defensas are MVPs.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, to me, I think. What about you, Louis? I was gonna go, but
man, it's hard. It's hard to pick just one. It's I mean, I probably would have said John there also, but since Carlos already said that, I don't know. I think there's a case to be made for Guardado, honestly.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. I
at least especially these last few matches where we kind of found our form again and kind of given us hope about that there's still a season to play for. I mean, he's a huge part of that. So
y revelación.
Revelación.
I mean, it's hard to call. It's hard to call a 38-year-old player on the verge of retirement a revelación.
No. I mean, and who do you think has been la revelación?
Oh,
for León.
Including
Tadeo.
I love Sebastián Santos at right back.
And then there's Santos right now. I was gonna go with Santos, but I hear Tadeo. Those two are
I like Tadeo.
muy. I'm very. I mean, look, Sebastián Santos was injured, and not at all. I thought he was gonna get minutes. The way he's getting minutes with Berizzo from Baba. So I'm very happy, man. I'm very happy that Baba is using all of his pieces, and I like that because sometimes we're always focusing on refuerzos extranjeros, but you never know. These, right now, especially por un joven como Sebastián Santos que está jugando de lateral, it's kind of like, he's the coach is telling him, I need you right here, right now, and he's like, I got you, and that it's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
Well, it's not just that. I think we're trying to really hit that los minutos de juvenil.
Los minutos.
Otherwise, we lose 3 points, and you can't afford to lose 3 points.
Yeah,
no, I think
León.
I think we're gonna have to worry about that, though.
Yeah, I think Leon's pretty much done with that almost. I think other teams
100 minutes away, something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, they're not far.
Yeah, we're not far, but still.
And they play both Santos and Tadeo. Both. I mean, they're knocking out a ton of those minutes.
Whatever happened, guys? Whatever happened to Edgar Guerra?
He apparently was coming back already.
He was on the trip. I sat next to him. In the airport waiting area for a few minutes. Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's back, but maybe not like
at 100
in the plans yet.
Yeah.
Like Adonis, and then you still have. Tenemos que recuperar a Avión.
No, Avión was back. No.
But the reason why Sebastián Santos is playing there is because I think Avión isn't fully recovered.
I thought Avión played, or am I
delusional? No, Avión didn't play. I didn't see him sub in.
I mean, I'm just getting what Toto Berizzo said on Tribuneros. He was saying that Sebastián Santos is definitely playing there because, obviamente, los lesionados, the minutes, the juveniles, but also because he's a very, very, he has a lot of depth as a player.
Yeah.
And like Toto Berizzo said, he's very aggressive and encarador. And that's
Avión played. Avión subbed in. He got trash minutes, but he subbed in for Guardado. I knew I heard his name.
What?
Pero está regresando. He was saying that que no, the reason why he put him was because he wasn't at 100. So Sebastián is at 100, and you kind of want to have him to get poco minutos, which is hopefully with Adonis we might hopefully see that in these next 2 games, because I think we all miss him, and I think Belon and I like Belon a lot, but I think Adonis is a player that we need to recuperar. I think he's un líder natural ahí. And yeah, I think it's something that hopefully poco a poco, I think Toto is doing it the right way, darle los minutos, just how they did it with Guardado.
Yeah,
definitely. I think that's it, guys. Okay, well, Thanks, Arturo Ruiz, for stopping by.
Gracias,
And,
Arturo.
As always.
I did not flake, Arturo. I did not flake. We got internet issues.
Shout out to our good friend. And thank you everybody that joined us in this Monday Night Football, talking about what happened in our win against Juarez and looking ahead of this week's Doble Jornada schedule. Our games Wednesday against Atlas at home and also Saturday against Queretaro at home. So yeah, for any reason you're unable to watch the match, you're stuck at work, stuck in traffic, don't forget to follow Club Leon EN to keep you updated with the live updates, GIFs, and content of the game. But yeah, guys.
Follow our Facebook page.
Yes.
Follow our Spotify, our Apple podcasts.
Yes.
It's all out there. If you guys missed
it's all out there.
Yeah.
When we end the stream,
Somewhere
you guys will
out
see
there.
the socials on the screen, so you can give us a follow.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. Awesome. Well,
all right.
thank you guys so much.
guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed our podcast, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Arriba la fiera.